Hello Truthloaders, it's Friday again. Where did that week go? Today though, we're going to talk about cannabis. Joints, doobies, bongs, whatever way you use it, cannabis for recreational use is still illegal. But as I'm sure many of you know, it has proven positive effects on the human body. A lot more people than you probably think smoked a bit of weed as a teenager or college goer, and I'm sure some would still admit to smoking the occasional joint every now and again. I mean, it's all part of experimenting and curiosity, right? But today we won't be looking at the recreational uses. I'll be taking you through the scientific reasons why cannabis can help relieve pain. Well over a century ago, an Irish doctor, William Brooke O'Shaughnessy, introduced the therapeutic use of cannabis sativa to Western medicine from India. Cannabis usage dates back even further to 950 BC, after it was found in Egyptian mummies. And in the 13th century, the great emperor of the Mongol Empire, Genghis Khan, used the drug directly on his wounds for its anti-inflammatory properties. Queen Victoria used cannabis for pain relief in childbirth and knighted Dr. O'Shaughnessy for his work. These days, it's regularly even prescribed for patients with MS. The pain-relieving properties are down to two main ingredients: tetrahydrocannabinol, try saying that 10 times really fast, or THC, is the high that comes from using cannabis. CBD, or cannabidiol, is the second ingredient that doesn't give you a buzz but is important for medicine. Epilepsy is a condition that the cannabinoid medicine helps, and researchers say there is much more potential for it. Cannabis-derived drugs also alleviate pain in cancer, arthritis, fibromyalgia, and Huntington's disease. The reduction of inflammation is good for arthritis, but CBD also reduces muscle tightness, and with reduced inflammation, the muscles soften so they don't hurt as much. And this is why cannabis helps MS sufferers by giving up to 98% pain relief. If you've experienced with cannabis before, you'll know about the munchies, and not the chocolate variety. These help restore mass and weight as a medical advantage to people with HIV. Can cannabis shrink tumours? Yes, and then they can be brought to a point where they can be operated on and not be as malignant throughout the body. The medicinal version of cannabis is licensed under the name Savitex, and the pharmaceutical drug from plants, usually in a spray form, gets into the bloodstream faster this way. Different kinds of treatments and their doses are dependent on the individual's condition and severity. Its use and manufacture are tightly controlled and licensed. Only people who are directly involved with the drug can be invited to a manufacturing plant, and the location kept secret, with visitors in some countries being blindfolded. This is to protect the plant from being potentially broken into or burnt down, as some protesters are angry that these pharmaceutical companies have a license to grow cannabis even though it's controlled. Those people who believe in the positive effects, both recreational and medicinal, believe these controls should be relaxed. Is it deserving of a place as a Class C drug, or should it be made legal? Some doctors would argue that alcohol would not be made legal today if it was discovered. Dependency, mortality, crime, and damage rates to cannabis are low in comparison with legal drugs like alcohol and tobacco, with little adverse health problems. Cities like Amsterdam and Vancouver, where cannabis is readily available, have an even lower rate. Two states in the US, Colorado and Washington, have recently legalized cannabis. The amount of money they have made from the sales is beyond what they expected. In Colorado's first month, recreational cannabis tax revenue was a massive $2.1 million, with another $1.4 million coming from medicinal sales. People who want to smoke it are going to smoke it anyway, so isn't it better to tax it and get the money back into the system, and also legalize it so that the consumers know what they are buying is safe? As always, let us know your comments below, and I could be mentioning one like this next Friday. My favourite comment from last week's video had to be from Sol Smoke, who said I reminded him of Stefan from SNL. I didn't know who Stefan was, but I do now. You see, we do learn something new every day. You can subscribe to Truthloader by clicking this button. Until then.